running it back, never a cap, out of the draft, watching me ball, soon as I snap, hit in the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them all, breaking them off, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do, sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, must be the shoes, must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine, they running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them. Step on, spin, move, in zone, scope, sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Step on, spin, move, in zone, scope, sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for that, time I was dying and out, had to bring grinding back, doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at, you know what it be, playing this here for the keeps, had to make out with a feast, a family to feed, third cold where the trophy should be, EA got me in the game now, breathe on with the game now, they're hearing with a lane now, my home second with a rain now, legendary on the field,
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. A dangerous return man showing it here.
Peoples-Jones on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10. At their own
line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That would be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They'll roll him out right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 36 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Tucker lining up.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Peoples-Jones returning. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Return. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st down, Browns.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards. saves the loss, 2nd and 12.
2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down by Malik.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34.
First down.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 25 yards that time. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better? You
have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg. Jackson rolling to his right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
The kick in.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Browns 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Peoples-Jones returning. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Donovan Peoples-Jones on the return. The Browns
drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A A first down throw for Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Ravens 14, Browns 7.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson out to his left. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Flushed out right. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Again, Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
11 on the play. First down, Browns.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down, Cleveland, Mayfield to Beckham.
First down.
Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
First down, Cleveland.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now, as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Over the middle here to Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Jackson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. He was covered by...
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On the move to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
On third down, Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A gain of 37.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Steps away. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Jackson now. On third down, sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A huge play there on the screen pass. 47 yards. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. They'll give it to Chubb. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So stopped from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins there to make the grab. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Here we go. The Browns will go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flush to his right. His pass caught at the 4. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
21. Ravens 20. Cody Parkey set to kick off.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. There'll be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run the toss with Dobbins. Fights him off, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It was Denzel Ward in from his corner spot there to take him down for the loss.
Down back at the 32.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round? That's what I call a steal.
3.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rolling to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Out to his left. He's going to take off, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event,
Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line, and worse. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11.
Complete.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. He'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing now is Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
Incomplete. Grant Delpit on the coverage.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
Today's final.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the